If you don't track your calorie intake, you are probably underestimating the amount you consume. It's a lot. Studies show people underestimate by up to 1,000 calories a day. Also, people tend to overestimate how much they move. It's a great idea to track calories. You don't have to do it forever. Just 3 days of being rigorous and a good self-scientist may reveal a lot if you are having trouble losing weight. You may not have a slow metabolism. Listen to what Dr. Layne Norton has to say.
The most important thing is calorie intake, is the energy intake versus what you're expending. But how you get there is what's really important. You know, people can kind of conflate a physical law of, thermodynamics with tracking calories. Those are not the same thing, right? Like I can say, like it's a rule. I don't think anybody disagree. If you want to save money, you got to earn more than you spend. But now keeping a budget can help facilitate that, but you don't have to keep a budget to save money. And just because you keep a budget doesn't mean you will save money, right? So I try to get people to understand and separate those two things. But yes, calories is the most important thing. But what I try to do is, one, figure out, okay, approximately what are they expending per day? And the best way, in my opinion, to do that is if they have been tracking, okay, what are you eating now? In general, what's your body weight doing, right? Because if they're logging relatively accurately and their body weight's not changing, I mean, you can put whatever you want into a calorie calculator, but that is their maintenance calories. That is their energy expenditure, right? And so I like to start there. And then if people haven't been doing that, one nice trick I like to do, as you know, when you monitor behavior, behavior changes. And we know this right even down to like photons, right? So I'll say, okay, if you don't know it, would you just do me a favor? Just track for the next 3 days. I don't want you to change anything. Don't change a single thing you're doing. In fact, if you're eating junk food or if you're eating what you think is too much, that's great. Then we have a bigger shovel, like your energy expenditure is higher than we thought. We have a big shovel to dig you out with, right? So please don't change anything. But what invariably happens is it's a very instructive experience for them because they'll start tracking and realize, oh man, I was eating a lot more than I thought because I was having a bowl of ice cream that I was thinking was a serving and it was 3. Or, I always tell people, if you ever want to be disappointed, weigh out a serving of peanut butter. If you want to be depressed, or they do track accurately, or they see what they're consuming and they change their behavior already because they're tracking, because they're monitoring, right? And I mean, if you look at studies, it's very consistent. People underreport their calorie intake by 30 to 50%.